everybody. I came out here in the morning. I don't know if you hear, but the birds are singing so beautifully. Not like Pepe, but like other birds, like quiet ones. They're like talking non-stop, and it's like some musical orchestra of little birds. Just so relaxing. I wanted to come here and give you a little update about September, about my life. But like I don't want to start. I want to keep listening to this. Um, so hello everybody. My name is Anastasia, and this is a channel about cross stitch, mostly about cross stitch, but also all sorts of other handcrafts and hobbies I have. Also, I talk about my life in Beijing and my Sphinx cat May. So if you're interested in any of this, give me a like and subscribe to this channel. And if by any point of this video you would be dissatisfied, you always can take your like back. But please, right now, put likes, subscribe, and maybe tell your friends in your cross-stitch chat to go and watch this video. This will really help me. Thank you. First, I wanted to give you a little update about my September and September plans, and then we will go to cross-stitch. So if you're not interested in any of the live things, just skip up ahead like maybe 5-7 minutes, and there you can see everything I stitch. First of all, September started. It's been like a week from my last video, and it is so hot. Like, I don't remember any September being that hot. Usually August is the hottest month in Beijing. They call this September anomaly hot. So it's still like around 35-36 degrees during the day Celsius. Basically it's really hot, humid summer. And my problem with it is that when our AC in the kindergarten, I'm an English teacher in a local Chinese kindergarten, and our AC in the main room kind of broke down. So it didn't fully broke down so that they would have to replace it, but it broke down enough that it only works up to like 10% of its power capacity. So now you can imagine we have like a big room where the kids eat, play, and do all kinds of things, and we have like a separate room where they sleep. But this big room is where we keep 20 kids, 4 teachers. We have classes. Maybe go somewhere on vacation or come back. Don't know. Let's let the grandma also go. So you can imagine, like, during the day it gets very stuffy and air is like hot. It's not about like very hot, we're not sweating too much, but it's like very stuffy. You cannot breathe very well. And the kids are kind of okay, maybe because they're like lower, and there is like cold air in the lower levels of the room, or maybe because they're like not very dressed, very thin clothes. Like, teachers cannot wear thin clothes or like shorts. We have to wear like long pants even in summer, and like long sleeves to cover up, be appropriate in front of the kids. And me as a teacher, I have to, do I do with like 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds? I have to dance, I have to jump, I have to do like exercise movements, I have to like be very active and artistic, and we do like different voiceovers and things like this. So I have to move a lot. So even after 30 minutes of non-stop like movement and like just generally being on stage in front of the kids, it feels like you are on stage, like all the spotlight on you and you're the main entertainer. Yeah, they do speak English, they do play games with me, but I have to control everything. Even when they are running, I have to run with them. Even when they are like doing things or flip the cards, I have to like monitor and go around them, so everything will be good and comfortable and like so I have to be in constant movement. So you can imagine how kind of hard it was this week at work, that I came home and I just fall down. I don't think I even stitched this week that much, because like I was just literally coming home in the evening and like going to bed and then saying I'm dying. I'm so sick. I cannot go home to. I cannot go to work tomorrow. Of course, after a couple hours, I will feel better. But then after a couple hours, I need to go to bed. It's my bedtime. And there is another thing. Oh, this month, at the end of the month, I will be also taking part in the market. It's a local Beijing handmade market. Right now they're choosing the place and right now they're choosing the dates, but they said it would be at the end of the month, during like the holidays. We will have Mid-Autumn Festival and National Day together. So there will be holidays at the end of the month, beginning of October. So during that time there will be a market here and I want to go and try to sell my cross stitch. So we will see how that goes too in this video. So stay tuned if you are interested. But also I wanted to complain to you a little bit about my work. Like, who else should I complain to about, right? So how our kindergarten works is that we have one international class. It's called international class, and basically they have a foreign teacher the whole day. It doesn't matter if I have class with them or they are eating or they are playing game or doing whatever, like preparations or going outside. I have to be with the kids like 100% of my time. I cannot even leave to go to the office to do some paperwork. Like I have to do paperwork in the afternoon during my free time or like at the end of the day when they go home. But international class works this way. Like teacher has to be a foreign teacher. Other Chinese teacher can do paperwork, they can leave the room, that's okay. They help me to prepare everything. But foreign teacher have to be with the kids like 100% of the time. And that is why our international class parents, they pay more than other classes. Other classes, they don't have they're not international, they don't have foreign teacher, and they only have like classes with the Chinese teacher, English classes with Chinese teacher, so they pay way less. And one class, they don't even have in any English classes, so they are very cheap kids. We don't distinguish between them, like the teachers put as much weight and effort in any class. It's just like I just know these things, like inside things, like how much any class pays for, how many exercises during the day they have, classes and things. And if they have English class, their payment rises very significantly. So I re-signed contract with this kindergarten, so I already worked with them last year and I resigned for another year. I will stay with them till next summer. And last year it was working that I only had my class and I had 2 classes of English per day. This year Chinese management decided to go super smart ass, and they decided to sell classes with a foreign teacher to other groups as well. So basically how it works now is that I spend all my time with my kids, but instead of one class in the morning, one class in the afternoon, I have 2 classes in the morning with my kids. And then in the afternoon, I go and have classes with other rooms, other grades. Basically 1 hour every day. So we have group that pays like for one English class per week. We have groups that pay for 2 English classes per week, and we have like baby group, new ones, that pay every day for class. I only spend like 30 minutes with the babies, but like they are fun and we have a lot of time, and basically that's what they need. Like 30 minutes a day for 3-year-olds, that's enough. They're not gonna be like fluent or proficient, but they will know English, they will recognize, and they will start speaking after a year. That's enough for them. But now my parents from my class, they learned that I leave the classroom basically for 1 hour every day. And they not happy about it because they basically pay for 8 hours of foreign teacher. They don't pay for 7 hours of foreign teacher. And then they don't want to share. So they organized a mini riot in the kindergarten. They all the teachers came to the gates, and all the parents came to the gates and started yelling at the headmaster, and like headmaster had to take them like behind the kindergarten. So because this kindergarten is in the community, so basically all the houses around, they have the parents from this kindergarten, whose kids are in the kindergarten, so they don't want to like grab attention. They leave them like in the conference room and had to talk to them quietly, but the parents are yelling, the parents are angry. Basically right now they try to smooth down the situation because other parents already paid. They cannot just cancel my classes, and they are cheap ass that they don't want to hire like part-time teacher. I offered them like the best solution is like to hire a part-time teacher who would go and have afternoon classes, but since they already pay me, they don't want to like waste more money, and they want to take as much from me as they can. I'm kind of okay with that because they raised my salary when they re-signed the contract. So with higher salary, of course, I expect that they would have me do more work and more responsibilities. And basically I don't decide anything here, like whatever the managers or the kindergarten principal says, we will have to do. So I don't have any say in what's going on. I offered them to hire the extra teacher, they don't wanna. Whatever. uh, Parents are not angry with me personally because I still do amazing job with their kids, but they're angry with the management who sold those classes. So right now they already moved all the art and the crafts and bakery classes from the afternoon, which were held by Chinese teachers, to the morning part of the day. And now in the morning I have 3 classes. So I have my English class, drama theater class, and I have art and crafts and the bakery on different days. In the afternoon I still have other classes, but my parents are still not happy. So they say probably from the end of the month or from October after the holidays, they will add us another 25 minutes English class in the evening. So basically how it works is that at 4 o'clock kids eat, then they have 15-20 minutes time of play toys, and then they would go home, and by like 4:45, 4:50 no one's in the kindergarten. um, First they wanted to add class 4:30 to 5, which I said I'm sorry, I have to leave at 5 o'clock, because I know like if we have class till 5 o'clock they still need like 10-15 minutes to take them out, prepare to go and take them out. I'm like, I cannot stay for this 10-15 minutes because I have like part times after kindergarten. Um, I cannot stay. My contract is till 5 o'clock. We did not discuss it prior. We did not do any adjustments to the contract. If you want to do any changes during my work time, I'm okay with that. But adding me like work time over like my stipulated like 8 hours of work, sorry, cannot. So if you want a class, we have class, but then I will leave. And basically the parents will see that I'm leaving before the children are sent home. Um, they changed the class time from that to 4:20 to 4:45. So basically we will have 25 minutes. So the kids have no playtime. They will eat. They will have some speaking class, which is generally different. They will buy a new book and new curriculum for that. The manager will do that. Fortunately not me. The manager will prepare it, and we will have some speaking practice of 25 minutes. The kids would not be happy because they are very used to these 15 minutes of play game together, but parents would be happy, I think. Yeah, they will be happy that kids will have as many classes as they can. And this is how we roll right now. At the moment, I still have 4 classes a day. I think next month I will have 5 classes a day. It's very hard. I have no idea how well I'm gonna prepare for the market. I will try my best, but I just have so many things I need to finish before the market, and it seems like that so little time. So it's been a long ramble about my life, and sorry about that, but I will switch you to the stitching. And now officially we coming to the intro of this video. First of all, little spoiler alert or intro. I think the unpackaging video will come earlier than this video will come, but whatever. Yesterday I received another package from Israel with lots and lots of stitchy goodness, and this time there is a lot more interesting stuff. I haven't checked everything out, but just like on the outlook, it's really more interesting. Have something here. I didn't unpack it yet, probably tomorrow, because today we have a very busy, hectic day. Probably tomorrow I'll be unpacking the boxy and putting it out there for you to watch. But today we will talk about my plans for the next couple weeks and my marathon plans, because I'm gonna really focus on my stitching and marathon with it. At the moment I have several projects that are super close to the finish, and I just need to sit down and finish them. Unfortunately, in the games that I play right now with the Russian cross stitchers, I just don't have the tasks to finish these projects. Mostly the games with the certain tasks, like 200 stitches on project with a tree, 700 stitches on project with a car, I already finished these games, or we were kicked out. We weren't kicked out, but we failed. It was a little a competition, and we failed as a team. So we didn't stitch enough. Whatever. My speed dropped because of the start of the year. I don't care. But I would like more real tasks, and one of the Russian floss tubers, she actually made her own very cozy fall game. Unfortunately, she made it in Russian, so unless you can read Russian, you won't be able to understand. But the pictures, this is the set of rules how to play, and this is individual game which you print out for yourself and you play. She made it herself for her own usage, but she always also share with us, so if we want, we can also play it. And this is how many tasks there are, but it's not for 1 month. It's actually for 3 months of the fall. But I want to make a marathon of these tasks. I want to try to cover as many tasks as I can, just because I really need some finishes. And what finishes I'm talking about? All of these projects have less than 1,000 stitches in it. May, I think I only have something in her face and some flowers. So basically it's less than 500, 600 stitches. My long dong sampler is almost done. All I have left is some tree or flower here and the vase, and then our date and the names. That's it. Saga cross stitch, she still shows me I need 1,500 stitches, but I'm not sure if it's really 1,500 or there is a giant alphabet on the Saga app, so she's counting those stitches. So probably there are just 1,000 stitches left, maybe. My matrix, my child matrix for a friend, I still need to finish it. I even have a needle here prepared. I think I finished most of this crosses. I just need maybe a thread here and some of the sky, and start the backstitch. Talking about the backstitch, I also have Pagada, which I almost finished. I only need another 500 of backstitch. In my previous vlog, I already showed you I did this part. Now I picked up and did the upper part, so all I need is in the middle. So once I finish these 2 umbrellas, it will be done. Other things. The beading project I'm doing with my Russian viewer, she already finished it. Yeah, everyone is stitching it way faster than me because I have so many things to stitch. So yeah, I'm leaving the bud for the last part. In Russia we say that the bud is left for dessert. So yeah, this will be my dessert, just because it's very difficult to stitch that part. But I finished the star on the back, and now I started on the eye. So these black beads are the start of its eye, and just a little bit of a head left. The pumpkins. So I almost finished the second pumpkin. I only need 2-strand black backstitch here. And this is my biggest pumpkin. I do think there is about 1,000 stitches here, or maybe a little more, but it's very close to finish. It's super close to finish, and I really like this kind of pumpkin. It's like a little bit rotten. It's a real Halloweenish pumpkin. So almost done with the second one. If I finish this, I can start another Halloween project, and I'm dying to start a Halloween project. And my latest new start is, it doesn't have a name, so let's just call it Birdie. This birdie on the birdhouse is on another apron, and this is 3 days of work. Basically, after 3 days, I have at least a third of the whole design, because all is left is like a little bit of the roof, then the bird, which is not too bigger than the housey. Like the bird itself, I think is the same amount of stitches in the house, but it has extra on her head, and the house has some extra on the leaves. So I would say I almost finished the third of the whole design. At first I thought it's much more, but actually if you look at the pattern, I'm not sure if there is like 2,000 stitches in it at all. So it's a very, very fast stitch. And using that game, which I just told you about, I'm gonna focus on the birdhouse first, because I want it done and I want to go into the next apron, and I preferably would like to finish this apron this month. So I really, really want to finish it, and 2,000 stitches in 1 week is doable, like really doable. At the same time, I will be doing some maybe pumpkin or something I will take to work, because at work I cannot do the this one. It's not very convenient to carry it with me. So at work I will be stitching something else, and in the mornings probably I will be FFOing or maybe beading or doing some other fun stuff. So I'm just gonna tell you some of the tasks that I chose that fit for the birdie house. 500 stitches on the project, on my favorite project. All my projects are super favorite, so I chose this prompt for any of them, but it's like number 1 task, and it's like circled in yellow, so you have to start here, you have to finish here. You can go like one by one or randomly, which I will be doing randomly. It just suits me better. If I will do one by one, it will really take a lot of time, but if I do it randomly, maybe I can cover as many as I can with just one project. So for my favorite project, then finish one plan for the year. So if I finish the apron, it will be a plan for the year, because this year I plan to do 3 aprons for my family. 150 with the thread number 5 from your organizer. Easy done. 400 on the house. Actually, I do have other houses in my stash, but in my whip pile, let's say that. But I already like stitched on those houses this year, so I would really love to put this 400 better in this house and finish it. What else? 900 on the newest project. It is the newest project. It's gonna be done. 170 on birds. Perfect, just perfect for it. Then 950 on the design with the living being. Yeah, fits it too. So I think that's so far, and I just counted how many like in total I chose. All these prompts will fill 3,000 stitches. So probably the stitches will finish before I can finish all the prompts I chose. But I will start with the smallest ones, like 170, 200 and things like this. And then I will go to a bigger numbers of 900. So I will see maybe there will be some switch with another project. So I'm gonna do some marathon. And of course I'm gonna show you. I hope it will be a marathon of finishes this month. So not mentioning that we are gonna get ready for the market. So are you ready to marathon with me? And it's another Saturday morning, and it's again raining. And I just don't understand the logics of the weather, because it was so super hot this whole week. Like I was dying. And now the weekend where we actually want to go out, it's super raining. Like it's pouring rain out there. It was pouring rain the whole night, and even now, and I really don't know what's gonna be with all our plants. In Russia, we say that all our plants are going to the under the tail, of the cat in that sacred spot. So, May, do you need my plants in your undertale spot? I doubt it, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Aw. Yeah, she doesn't like this weather too because her nosy gets extra leaky. Just wanted to share with you this little pot. So this pot originally had a big bush of rosemary, and later I put in some mango here. Actually, I put in this mango here, and from a baby mango it grew amazingly, so I had to replant it in his own pot. And while the mango was in, rosemary like flourished, but when I take out the mango, rosemary kind of decided to die. Like literally it's dried, everything dried. So at some point I just plucked out the leftovers of the rosemary and I put in some orange here. So this baby is orange, and that small baby is orange too, but I don't know, this one is not growing and it's been here for a while. You can see that one and this one at the same time planted. Other orange is already super bigger, so I don't know, this one is flourishing. And after a while of these two oranges just being here alone, something else appeared, and it's growing like very fast, and it even has flowers. So I'm not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not my rosemary, because rosemary didn't have flowers like this. Like at least my rosemary never had flowers like this, and it did not have leaves like this. So I'm super not sure what it is. Where did it come from? Like I'm 100% certain I didn't put any other seeds here. So what happened? And who is this little invader? We will be seeing in next episode of the plant life on my windowsill.
孟先生是吧？尾号多少？5516。来这边。好，往那边接。5516是吧？到这边请。也行，没有进口就正常你可以在啊。
好嘞。加了一份豆皮116。
Ого, вот это пир на весь мир.
It's another Sunday and we are out, and I'm super excited. Today is my yoga teacher's birthday and we are going out to eat some Indian food and celebrate his birthday. But I'm not even more excited about going out for his birthday, but just about the fact that we're going out, because I think the last time we actually go out was a couple of weeks ago when we went to the Chinese wedding, and since then Aaron was super busy with work. I also had some morning demos on Saturdays, on Sundays. Like today I spent half day already working and it's Sunday. So of course I'm super happy that we have right to dress up, to wear pretty earrings, and to go somewhere to have fun. But also it's another opportunity to go to send some postcards, and in one of the cells that I joined we are exchanging fall postcards, and we're actually first driving to the post office and then we're gonna go to the birthday. So first I wanted to share with you some fall postcards, and this is obviously super fall themed, and this is Faceless from the Gone with the Wind Hayao Miyazaki cartoon. And the second one is this? And you would say why this one is fall themed, but you can see actually the moon rabbit there. Yeah, and the eating mooncake with the faceless. And right now at the end of September, beginning of October, we will have a whole week festival, mooncake festival. It's like a middle autumn festival where we'll eat mooncakes, which are called yue beans. And the name of the festival is what?
中秋.
Yeah, that's the name of the festival. I always forget it. So to explain why they are fall themed, I actually wrote down a huge explanation about the Chinese festival and its traditions, and what are the mooncakes, what's the filling of the mooncakes can be, and how many calories it is. Each mooncake is about 1,000 calories. So yeah, super excited. And if you want to get a postcard from me, just leave a comment and we will leave a comment that you want a postcard, not just like leave a comment. Leave a comment with that you want a postcard, and we can exchange addresses and maybe share some New Year cards. Good morning, everyone. I'm very sorry for my voice today. It's very rough because I don't know what happened, but yesterday me and Aaron, we both got really sick. Like after we went to the bar to listen to some Russian live music. By the way, the Aaron didn't really like it because he was like, yeah, the music is okay, but I didn't get what part of it was Russian. I was like, it's Russian contemporary music. He was like, yeah, but I was hoping for some music like Katyusha or more traditional ones, and just this kind of music is it's nice to hear, but he doesn't understand the words, and it's a lot about lyrics and like the meaning it had for me when I was like a kid or when I was a student. So it's always a music of your like memories. So he doesn't have these memories, and the music for him is like, oh, so. But yesterday morning we woke up and we were like dying. At first I thought it's allergy because we were both allergic for the flowers and seeds and trees and pollen, and it started like allergy. We both had running nose, we were sneezing, we closed all the windows, we put AC on, but it didn't help. Like the whole day there is AC, but we're still sneezing, we're still like suffering from the big headaches because the nose is super blocked and it has high pressure in your head, and your head like just, it's like earthquake in your head with every step, but at the same time your nose is running and it's basically just licking water. Like I drink and then I lick water and it just splashes on the floor if I didn't catch it on time or something. So it was just bad. And yesterday I felt like I was dying. Like my first thought, like I want to survive today. I did stitch, I even dyed some fabrics yesterday, just because I didn't want to waste the whole day just lying on the sofa, because I felt like even lying down, it doesn't do me good. I don't feel better. I don't feel like, even if I lie down and don't move, I still hurt so much. And we thought it was new, like a stem of COVID. We did the test, but the test came out negative. So we don't know if it's like new virus or just a new some kind of flu or something. Today I feel a little slightly better, like my nose is not blocked and I have very minor headache, but my throat now hurts, and I'm like have very rough voice, which I did not have yesterday. But Aaron did complain yesterday about his throat, so I think we have the same thing, whatever it is. I just hope that today I will feel like all the bad symptoms and tomorrow I will feel so much better, because I cannot imagine how I will be back to work in that hot room and with even more classes. They just announced like they want to add more classes to me. Now I would have to do art and crafts class again because the parents are complaining that I spend less time with kids and I have to go to another classes. So they want to add the time that I am in the classroom more classes, so I would basically focus on the kids more. That's very very whatever. Let's not talk about work and future headaches. Today we are here to talk about cross stitch, and as you can see, I during this week I stitched quite a few things, and I even managed to cover up some of my marathon game. But I think it was more about finish marathon than the game marathon. Because at some point I stopped looking at this sheet and stopped choosing the projects based on the tasks, but I just started finishing things and stitching whatever. So the first finish this month is Liang Mei. I can't I can't imagine why this tiny project like dragged so long. I think this project is about 5,000 stitches, and it dragged for 2 years. I started it 2 years ago in August, and now I finished it in September, so it's a little over 2 years. Like 2 years and 2 weeks, so it's not too much. But it's tiny. It's tiny. Why didn't I finish it? Now that I finished Lang Mei, of course, I would have to stitch another Sphinx, but it's for another day. I'm not doing a new start, a Sphinx start. I'm doing a Halloween start. I'm not doing a Sphinx start. So, Lang Mei is finished. I love how she turned out. Her stitches are super even, super nice. They are a little bit bulky because it is CXC on a 32 count Murano. This is like a plum color, but because it's very sunny today, it's a little washed out. But I hope you can see that with the white, it's a little more plum color. So this was the first finish of September, and I'm gonna finish it in this rectangle hoop. Actually, on my Instagram, I put a poll to ask you guys what kind of hoop you want: circle, oval, or a rectangle, and the majority just chose the rectangle one, so I'm doing it. And if you haven't subscribed to my Instagram yet, go and subscribe, because on my Instagram I do much more. Like here I only post maybe once or twice a month. On my Instagram I post daily stories of what we eat, Chinese food, where we go in China, and also like a lot of my cross stitch. So if you want to see updates earlier and take part in these polls or some other interesting polls, like now we are choosing the new start for me, which I will be starting today, the Halloween start. So go and yeah, you will be late for that one, but maybe next one. Go and subscribe. So I will be finishing it in the rectangle hoop, and I don't know if I will do any finishing this week. Today I still feel sick. I probably should, but maybe it will be next week finish. We will see. Another thing that I finished were the pumpkins. I already showed you that I finished these two pumpkins, and now this week I finished the biggest one. Actually, it was a very easy finish because it was my go to work project, but now I have very little time at work to stitch. I did every day a little over 150 stitches, but all in all it gave me amazing results, and I finished them. Also, I need to glue the backing felt and to FFO them, but they will be FFO'd very very soon. So for now they're done, and this is the braid state of the braid by the end of the project. I think the braiding technique is more popular on my channel than anything else I ever showed, so I decided to show you the state by the end of the project. It was like 6,000 stitches later, and I didn't take care of it much because I knew it was a small project. It will not last too long. As you can see, it still keeps. It's a little fuzzier, but it keeps. And the designer, they sent me the all the numbers of the floss, DMC numbers, so I will just use the floss, put them to my normal floss, so whatever. Sorry, the words are difficult again. Reassemble the organizer. I will reassemble and put the floss to their numbers in my floss stash. So it's very easy. It was amazing, easy to work with. It was very easy to pull. This is like extras I put back on the organizer because I didn't finish this thread, so I put it back. Yeah, it was very easy. Totally recommend this way of organizing your floss. Next thing I picked up was the apple blossom by Paradise Stitch. I forgot to show you last time because I forgot I have it. But when I was looking for all the things that are very close to finish, I found it, and it is very close. And if you can believe me, it was like half less. Basically, I stitched here and there, but basically it was maybe this much, and I stitched this much. So it is grown on 600 stitches. Still, you can see it's a flowers. You can't see what it actually is, and I think there is not many stitches left, but a lot of backstitch. And I'm looking forward to finishing it very, very soon. Another thing that's very, very close to finish is the same designer, but different project, Pagdem, and all is left is the yellow backstitch in the tail. So this week I did all the backstitch in this umbrella. Yeah, there are very long threads here, but I don't mind. They are very secured with this super bulky and super thick stitches. Yeah, it was a very bad idea to stitch this pattern on the 18 count Ada. I would not recommend because my 6C floss are super bulky and I lost a lot of dimension. Like we have some stitches here which is 1/1, and we have stitches that is 2/1, and we have half stitches which is 1/1 and 2/1, and you cannot see it. Like no, you cannot see it. It should be like more airy, more like you cannot see the difference in dimension in these blues, and it's supposed to be two different blues. Like it's supposed to be 1/1 and 2/1, so they should give you different dimensions. They should look like half transparent in the wind, but they are not. So I lost a lot of the end result when I chose the 18 count Ada. But whatever, I still love the design, and I'm gonna finish the tail maybe sometime next week, and we will have another finish. And so far this week was not about the like task marathon, it was a finish marathon. I had 2 finishes and I'm very, very close on at least 2 more. So next week I'm really counting on more finishes. So what else I was stitching is my bird. I forgot to bring the design, but I think you remember it. So this week I basically finished the bird. It just needs 1 strand of brown here and his 2 eyes, and what is left is his head. And I was counting that this project is a little bigger and it will give me more like stitches, stitch count wise, but whole this thing is about like what 700 stitches, so it didn't give me much at all. And his hat is kind of tall and has a big pom-pom, but again the whole hat probably is like 300 stitches. So I was counting that I still have about 2000 left. No, I don't. If I count the hat, all the greenery at the end, and the back stitch, maybe I can have like 1000 stitches. But it's a very easy stitch. It's very quick. The fabric here is the apron here is very soft, so it's easy to pull my needle through. Like the first time I ever stitch on like soluble canvas on some clothing, and it's this easy, and my stitches look really good. Look, they look amazing. So this project makes me super happy, and I think that's why I focused on it so much. Also, I plan to finish it by the end of the month. I want to wear it during the market. It's like my market wear. And I started on the next bag because I do need to prepare for the market. I need to stitch at least, in my mind, 2 more bags. So one of them would be this pattern, my Maria Brovko. Maria Brovko is a Ukrainian designer, so you can find her on Etsy. It's just her old freebie. Yeah, it's a freebie, very old. I had it for ages, so when I saw this bag, I instantly thought about this pattern. I don't know why. I thought it's a little smaller, so basically it will be the size of this bag, and it's not very easy to stitch this bag because this bag is so small, so the hole which I can put my hand through is very small. I already put some floss there, but the hole is very small, and basically when you stitch one of them sides, it's so difficult to stitch, like really difficult to stitch. It's difficult to like pull your hand through and be able to pull the needle and still have some space for this leftover fabric so it doesn't get caught on the needle at some point. Yeah, this is my needle with some pink. It's kind of difficult. It's very easy pattern. It's difficult project. And with this, I finished quite a number of tasks this week. You can see. I think I was able to finish so much just because these are all very different tasks concerning different aspects of stitching. But maybe next week I won't be able to finish as many because it's for the whole like fall season. It's not just for the September, it's for the whole fall season, and I'm just gonna name you some of the tasks so you know what are covered. Actually, I have more stitched crosses left than I could cover in this game, so they're gonna burn. They're just gonna burn. I'm not gonna count them for the next week. Now, if I cannot finish one of the tasks this week, basically I have 200 stitches left, but I need the 400. I'm not gonna drag it for next week. Next week I'm just gonna stitch new 400 stitches and just cover it. So yeah, all the leftover stitches are burning. I did stitch about 4,000 this week, so we covered 444 on with the shades of the autumn leaves, and these were the pumpkins because they're very shades of the autumn leaves. 5 threads on the colorful fabric. This is colorful, this is colorful, Handmade is colorful, this one is colorful. Yeah, so I count it as finished. Covered. Finish on some summer project. Lemme is a finish on a summer project because I actually found out that I started her on summer 2 years ago, and I finished her in the September this year, so it's officially a little more than 2 years, but it's done, and it is a summer project. 400 on the design with house. My bird has a house, so 400 there. Stitch 250 on a very difficult design. I consider this a very difficult design, and it's not a design that's difficult, but the bag that I chose and the way I stitch is very difficult, so I cover this. For example, like I stitched here 300, but it only requires 250 to cover this task, so 50 stitches are gonna burn, so I don't care. 5% on the closest to the finish process. It was again Langmei. I did stitch 5% on her, and she was the closest. She was the first finish. 10% on the project with the flowers. It was the apple blossom, and with my 600 stitches I did finish 10% on it. 3 threads with blends. So I had blends on the pumpkins, I had blends on the apple, and I do have some blends in the apron. So I consider 3 threads definitely finished. 310 stitches with backstitch. That's Pagoda. She had more, but whatever. 170 on the project with birds. Again, this is apron, and fortunately I had just enough to cover these 3 tasks. 200, the most colors I don't like. Oh yeah, that's also for the bird, because I really don't like the browns and oranges. I don't know, I love stitching pumpkins and I love the designs that like have some trees or brown things, but the color itself, I just don't like it. Reassemble the leftovers of the process, or start a new or prepare for the start for the new process. I dyed fabrics yesterday, so I did prepare. Finish some process. I did finish 2. Stitch 300 on any project. I stitched more than 300 on any project. 3 hours stitch on the even width. So lame was on even width, the flowers were on even width. I've considered it done. And the last one is 400 on design, where it's pumpkin or berries or cotton. So pumpkins. So I finished a lot, but other tasks are about like 1800 or 1200 or 700. So obviously, because they were all very small amounts of stitches, I could cover several tasks with one project. But next time probably I would I wouldn't be able to cover so many projects with so many tasks. But we will see. I hope my Finnish marathon will continue, and my goal for the next week is 2 more finishes, because I have a lot more super close projects for a finish. Even if I put in 2000 stitches in this project and even start a new bag, I should still have at least 1000 stitches next week free, so I can like finish pagoda and put in more on apron or something like this, and have another finish, at least one. I'm counting on 2, but at least 1. Let's see.
走，对，棒，对棒。
Brewing some witch's brew and cooking some fabric. What is gonna be? I dyed 3 fabrics, and they're all Halloween vibes. The color is a little bit more vibrant than you see on the video, because it's already dark here and I'm using the yellow light. So it's a little like, I would say, washed out, more grayish than the video. But to the eye, they are very vibrant, very nice. So this one was supposed to go with the Neocraft Witch. I just think this design is very bright and colorful, and like the colors are all awesome, so they need something more than just white. I dyed this piece, and this is more blue, but I love how here it has some dark splotches from coffee, and it got some yellowish from, maybe here better, from that from the smaller one. So here, yellowish hair. So it's really cool. I don't know why it has these lines, like they first appeared when I was ironing, and on one side I was like, okay, I'm not gonna use this side, so I'm gonna use this side and stitch here. But now they are appearing here too. It's not that the fabric is perfectly okay, it's just the color. So I think I will use it anyway, and I will see how it goes, maybe just with the lines. Okay, whatever. And the third piece is like, right now it's my favorite, because I was going for this, in Russia we say it's the color of the dirty mop. So it's like the very dirty rag, very used a lot for mopping your floor and cleaning. So I have a dirty rag here. I have some splotches of black and blue and purple, and oh, it's just beautiful. So beautiful. So I'm gonna show you the design for this one. Was supposed to be a fox for from the designer Makaronka cross stitch. Makaronka stitch. I did several of her patterns, and this is absolutely my aesthetics. I'm so loving it. This is like the fox, the pumpkins, that he has a magic hat, and this like crumbling moon, so much backstitch, and oh, just loving it. And for the bigger one, I chose this pattern. This is Autumn Witch from the designer Mila Vorsht and Yekaterina Gafenko. They go by Mika Mila. They're Ukrainian designers, so probably you can find them on Etsy. And they have a whole bunch of these witches. They have the spring witch and summer witch and winter witch, but I'm gonna stitch fall witch. She has been in my stash for a long time now. I think I got a present from friends maybe in 2019 and bought several patterns from them. I bought like the whole range of animals in sweaters with the cups and the witches and something else. So now that I finished the animals in sweaters, the witches, now it's time for the witches. But today I also started with poll in my Instagram and asked people what should I start, and Fox won. So I'm gonna start on this fabric, and this is how much floss need be. I'm just gonna show you. These are all the colors, and we go, and it's still going, and you can see some colors just need like 9 stitches or 10 stitches, but then we go again, and we go, and oh, we started blends here, and we go with blends, a whole page of blends. So that's a lot of work, but this is a work of passion, this is a work of love, and I'm gonna take it with me to work, and I will show you when I have some significant progress. See you. Decided to show you my dirty secret. This is the way I glue everything, basically. This is my glue. It's spray, big giant spray glue, and these are already finished. They are glued. This one's on the in a row, in a line. These ones are gonna be, and this is how I hold it. So I have a little glove, but it's also right now full of glue because I sprayed glue so many times already that I cannot move my fingers. Basically, they are glued together, and I'm holding each little stitch with a toothpick. So I will spray it on and then glue it like this and help my other hand to hold it down and push it on. So this is how it happens. So this is how the magic happens. So in the end, you will have amazing like bookmarks and pins and everything. But it all happens on my outside of my apartment. On the stairs, and you can see I'm on the 8th floor. So far, none of the neighbors complained on a little sticky floor here or some noises, but we'll see what it goes in the future, because so far this is the biggest batch of gluing things, and after this I will still need to cut them out. And so far I've been sitting here maybe 40 minutes gluing each piece by piece, and cutting will take me even longer. It's the last weekend before the market, so do you think I'm getting ready? No! I went on a yoga retreat with my yoga studio. We have kids here, we have dogs here, we have amazing breakfast with waffles. And we are gonna meet sunrise tomorrow, and today we are gonna hike to the Great Chinese Wall. The air here is amazing, but the hiking part, not my favorite part of the trip. We're going over there to the wall. Let's go.
This is such a good picture.
You really.
Excellent.
Сиделка нужна, очень.
Мы далеко живем.
А где далеко? Не в Тунжоу случайно? Нам тоже нужен помощник собаку выгуливать.
О, Маш, будешь?
Покажи фотку, покажи. We are literally attacked by village Yakuza geese. Look. Whenever we move to the right, they move to the right with us. We move to the left, they move to the left with us. They are asking us to pay the toll. Otherwise, I can't explain their vicious aggressiveness. Look at those deadly eyes. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, Like from yesterday's.
For you?
So cute. Okay, let's take a breather together. One more time. Okay, are you guys ready to do it one more time? Let me show you the last part so I can get it.
This one's a little lighter. But I mean, that was we do.
And then hips. Hips, hips, and then now you're cooking your food. And then Hello, everybody. This is how I came back from the market. And this is the way I transported all the goods in the suitcases and in a little suitcase. I'll show you. It's super cute. It's actually a box from the mooncakes. Like this time we got mooncakes in this amazing cute picnic basket. And I already used it to transport all of my magnets, pins, and bookmarks. So a little news before the market is that this month was really bad for me, I think, because of my health. I went to the hospital several times, even the ER. I'm still struggling and surviving every day. I think because of the extra work that the new management gave me, I'm more tired, I'm more exhausted, and this doesn't give me enough free time to stitch, to FFO, to have some more new ideas and interesting things. So I think the games, they help me to keep on track and stay stitching, but at the same time they really didn't help me to FFO things, because if you play stitch games you have to like basically stitch every day a certain amount of stitches, and if you have very little time, then you stitch basically all your free time. You don't have any free time for anything else. And of course this is not ideal for my health, not ideal for my mental health, and not ideal for my relationship with Aaron. He is super supportive, but all my moods and all my pessimistic waves, he gets tired of it. He works over hard, and he is really working hard, and he tried to support me as much as he could, but it's also very difficult for him. The market in general, I would say, was semi-successful. We were able to sell 2 hoops, and actually this time we were able to sell things I didn't think that would sell. Like I was rooting for other things to sell, because I thought maybe some Halloween stuff would sell because it's Halloween month. Actually, none of the Halloween stuff did sell, but I did sell the long pillow with always from Hello from Liz Matthews. I did sell one of the hoops, bigger hoops with a rabbit in a sweater with a cup, and it was flawed. Like, it didn't have the hook, which this part, I actually lost this part from that hook, so I hope I was supposed to do a discount, and the lady, she eventually chose that hoop, so I had to give her one of these. I got them from my kindergarten. We used them to display the kids' things, and I had 3 of them, but she said if I can give her one of those, she will buy the hoop. I was like, yeah, sure, because that's even a good idea. They cost like 3 yuan on Taobao. I can buy back and bring back to the kindergarten, so no worries. She also wanted a little discount. I gave her 10 yuan discount. She was happy. She bought it. I was like, anyway, supposed to give a discount on that hoop. And I actually sold another rabbit in the cup by Maria Brovko. That one I also did not expect to sell too much, just because like I noticed like Chinese people were not very interested in animal hoops. They were more interested in like some stories or bigger sizes, and that small hoop with a rabbit, I don't know, I didn't think it will sell. It did. What we did sell were lots of magnets and pins. I think we sold like 9 magnets and 4 pins, and again we sold 2 boat magnets with the boats, and I would never think that they would be like popular. I would say like these hearts would be popular, or the bears. None of the bears sold. I would say some like pretty animals or funny things or like some funky foods will sell. None of them sold. Instead, we sell one of the Russian princesses, as they call it, like Russian Christmas princess or something. Some girl called it. She wanted it. So, like, really, we sold a lot of magnets, but none of those that I would personally purchase or I would personally choose. Oh, we did sell a couple bookmarks, but one of those were to the artist, or the fellow artist, and he wanted like the bookmark with a lantern, which has very nice shading of color along. So he said he's very inspired by the color shading. You're always with me, right? Yes, you're my little support system. This is what I really need this month, a little support system. So he bought it for the color shade, and he doesn't have any plans to use it as a bookmark. And we sold one metal small bookmark I had before, stitched a couple years ago. But none of these bookmarks really sold, and I have like about 6 of those now. And one of the reasons people talk to me about is that people don't read right now, not the books. And to sell it to the students, first of all, students don't have money to buy kind of expensive bookmarks. And the second is like, it's already not the time for preparing for the school. It's already end of September, so they bought everything they need to school. They don't have any idea to buy extra bookmarks or things like this. What Erin proposed is that we do wind chimes from it. It's like put some beads or thistle here and some hoop here, and just do a little wind chime with it. Maybe that way people can like at least find a use for it and buy it. So yeah, considering like the total sales, they were tiny bit higher than last market. Like last market we sold in 1100 yuan. This time we sold 1260. So it was like 160 yuan more, but at the same time, last market we did not have to pay for the table. And overall, we just paid for the taxi. And so overall, our like gain was bigger. So we were able to cover lots of the materials I needed for FFOing all the stuff and bags and hoops and things. And we could cover even half of the expensive for my package to Israel, which my thank you package about all the magnets and things she sent me. This time, because I had to pay for the table and the taxi, and we had a big stand for the hoops. We bought a special stand for the hoops, which is one of the expensive too. This time we were not in a, we were in the open under the tent, so we didn't have any walls to display the hoops. So we bought a special stand where we can put all the hoops and don't worry about them, just on display, right? So we had to order a bigger size taxi, which is more with a bigger room, and which is more expensive. And I think we spent like half exactly of our gain on table and taxi. So generally the money were less, so this time we covered less materials of the things, which I also spent some on the plastics and floss and fabrics and things like this. Yeah, this time I didn't FFO much, but I still bought like the things for the future FFOing plus the stand. So generally, the feeling of this market also was good. Like I loved the all the interactions, all talking to people, all the people who were interested in my crafts and my neighbors, vendors. We had really good connections with them and talked a lot. But at the same time, I whole month was feeling less, and I was generally just super tired. I think the night before the market, I spent till 12 o'clock at midnight finishing up this apron. This is one of the aprons I've been. I finished it, so it's all done. And Aaron was working in it, and it was amazing, and he just killed everyone with it. But generally, like since I was working on it till the midnight, then I had a very early rise. Then the bag I was stitching, look. She just blessed this apron, so if you wanna buy a blessed apron from me, you can. Look. I'm making a video of this, and everyone will see how you treat your mommy. Everyone will see how you bite me. Do you understand me? Everyone. I have it on tape. So, I was stitching this vanity, and the night before I tried to iron it to look more presentable, and my iron, which I used also for dyeing fabrics, he died. I didn't clean maybe 100%. I tried to clean it as much as I can, but it was maybe a little dirty, and it dirtied it. Of course it did. Yes, it did dirty it, and now it's not sellable. I will try to save it anyway. I will try to do something with it, but all the people who asked me to stitch something here, I was like, what else can I stitch? He already has a hat. What else? A crown? Then I did not even finish this one. I did a lot of progress, but I didn't finish it. And generally, I was stitching much less this month because of the work. So I think my future plans would be to take into account my increased workload, that now in daily basis I don't stitch 500 stitches, I maybe stitch 300 stitches, plus I would be quitting all of my stitch games, and I need days off because the stitching games actually force you to stitch. You can't let down your team. You have to do daily norm of stitching, and any free time you have else to like be artsy and FFO things or think about it, you have to spend stitching and not doing it. So that's a big thing that affected me this month. Also, just generally was very tired, and my mental health was so I would say. So I couldn't even think or come up with some nice ideas. I know like I have this like baby mobile to do, but I still can't even picture it in my mind how I want it. And this is how I start all the things. Like I picture it in my mind and I go from it and I go step by step in my mind how I would do it. But now I'm like, I'm so tired that I can't even do it. Like for the 2 last weeks, I couldn't even paint my nails. And first thing today in the morning, I wake up and I was like, yeah, I'm painting my nails because I deserve this 1 hour of self-care, of self-love. I think I need to really focus on my self-care health and mental health, and remember that stitching is hobby, and not let it be that stressful and that demanding, because I love it when it's my hobby. I love when I can do new things and interesting things and express my creativity, and I don't like when it becomes a job. Now when it becomes a job, I lose myself totally. I become like this very nervous, stressed, shaking being that needs to be stitching. Like that's not how I want it. That's not how I see my life. Also, probably it's not very good for our relationship with Aaron that he sees me like that. So there are markets at the end of October, there are markets in the end of November, but I think I will be skipping them and going straight to the January market. December we skip because we go to Russia, but January, at the end of January, I might be able to go, and I will try to bring as many like Christmas and New Year stuff, like winter themed stuff, as I can, because we sold a lot of magnets and I don't want to go there again just to sell the leftovers, you know. Yeah, that's a lot, that's a lot of leftovers. But actually, when I before put them in those two like black boxes, one box with magnets, one box with pins, they were like overflowing, 3 rows of things. Now they barely cover like the box itself, so you do see that there are less of them, less generally things. And the hoops, they don't sell so good, so I don't see the need to bring again all my 13 leftover hoops or paintings if they don't sell. We need more things that will actually sell and that will interest people, at least to stopping by and looking at things. And then as an extra, we will sell the hoops and other things. So yeah, like I really need to take some time about it and stop stitching as a work, start stitching as a inspiration. And I just wanted to say a very big thank you for all your comments, of all your support, of everyone who watches my videos and comments, and just any kind of support, because this is really helping me to push through. This is really helping me to not stop and just give up. If I didn't receive the package with all the magnets from Lily, maybe I will just give up and say I didn't prepare anything new. I wouldn't go. But because I have it, I did go, and I had a blast. That day I had a blast. It was so cool. It was a really nice experience, and I learned a lot, and I did make some nice useful connections with other vendors that maybe in the future markets we will see each other more. I just like every little comment of you. It really makes my day and helps me, helps my mental health know that I'm doing something right, I'm doing something worthy, like spreading the love of cross stitch in China, introducing this art to other people, like just generally very positive and meaningful for me. So thank you everyone who were here till this moment and spend your time with me. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful that I ever started this channel and I started sharing about my hobby, about my feelings, about everything that's going on in my life, because this is more therapeutic than I ever thought it would be. It's really helped me in the time of struggle. So thank you everyone, and on this sad note, I will see you next time. Bye.